God, your eyebrows out of control, man.
Get them. We got the tools.
They're like staring at me.
It's got caterpillars.
Dude, when you get to a certain age, everything just starts growing faster.
Dude, I've got bushy eyebrows. I'm well aware.
Yeah, but are you?
Do you trim yours?
Have to trim them?
No, I kind of just like pluck at them.
Oh, really? You pull them out?
Just pull some hairs out, or like when I go get a haircut, I'll just ask them to take the comb. I'll just kind of.
Mm-hmm. The barber doesn't do that anymore.
I'm sick and tired of like cutting
hair,
and pulling and like, you know, walking around all day, and then you get home and you look in the mirror and you got an inch long hair off your ear, and you're like, I've walked around all day with that and a hair sticking out of your nose or some shit.
Yeah, half the time he's not picking his nose. He's literally trying to get the hair out of his nose, or he's just poking them back up in there so that they're not hanging out.
Looks like I'm picking my nose. I'm just trying to get nose hairs out of there. They tickle like crazy.
The worst is like, I'm usually like, you know, clean shaven, then like I'll miss a couple and they'll stick out like a sore thumb throughout the day. I've even taken scissors at work and tried to just like cut them down a little bit. Oh, yeah, because it's like, hopefully you can just tell there's like a couple.
Not the community scissors.
I mean, I feel like they're probably community scissors.
Dalton's desk. Oh, boy.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, so the drink of the week, basically, when we're in the studio, awesome. Morgan Overstreet makes us a bad to the bone cocktail, and she comes up.
She should open up her own company.
She should. She comes up with all kinds of great ideas. But we're at the beach house, and my idea is Red Bull and vodka.
We're lazy and we like it simple.
Yeah, every day.
So Sudachi lime.
Sudachi lime. It's
and
so
Hardt.
good. Mm-hmm. Amy made
the best drinks are just simple, like 1 or 2 ingredients.
Yeah.
And
when you overdo it, it's too hard to replicate it if you don't have a recipe.
Man,
they're never the same.
We've had a fun week. This has been a fun week. Amy comes down here in the summer. Sometimes one year she came down here for the entire summer. The whole time the kids were out of school. It was amazing.
Yeah, when they were little and didn't have any activities, it was like beginning of June all the way through August. We stayed.
I had finally, when she decided she was going to come down here for the whole summer, I felt like I had finally made it.
Why?
I was like, this is everything that I've worked for.
My wife leaves me for 2 months in the summer, and I get to have the house all to myself.
No,
this is the best.
No, I'm gonna be at the beach house with my family all summer. Like, I have worked my tail off to get this vacation house, and now I'm gonna be there the entire summer. I mean, I felt like I had checked the big box.
Yeah, I always thought it was a cool thing when people say like we summer in the Hamptons or we summer in Michigan, or like they have like a summer house.
Yeah. If you're hearing some noises, they're paving the street.
We've talked about the street being a problem. They're finally fixing it.
They're just giant steel wheel, looks like the
flat
steamroller. Yeah. And it shakes and vibrates and it packs the dirt so they can come in there and lay the asphalt.
It's also like being on a shake plate though inside the house. The entire house is shaking.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep digging.
But if our cheeks start wiggling, that's why.
Nose hairs are tickling. It's not because they're long.
They're shaking right out of his face. They're coming right out on their own.
How much do you guys used to have the Key West house? Are you kind of like happy that you ended up selling it? Because I feel like you use this house more and you're able to more convenient.
It's more convenient because we can drive to it, and the Key West house was old and had a lot of issues. The wiring and everything about the house was 100 years old, so it was kind of like a money pit, always needing repairs, always needing something fixed.
It needed a lot of love. Every time we went down, we had to work on a project. The air conditioning maybe, or like it wasn't something small, it was something rather large. So it was a labor of love, but we wanted something we could drive to, and that was a lot closer, and Charleston is amazing. And so Sullivan's Island just felt smart. We love it here. I used to race at Myrtle Beach, and so all of these little towns around here, I'm familiar with Monk's Corner and Savannah, and because all the guys that raced at the beach with me in the 90s are from these towns. Sorry. And so I don't know that I never spent a ton of time down here outside of just racing at the beach and racing in Somerville and places like that. but it just feels like I know it, you know, and so it's not. It's comfortable, I suppose. Mount Pleasant's a nice area. Obviously, Charleston. A lot of people come down here for Charleston. Charleston's insane, fun, lots to do.
There's so many good restaurants too. Like you really can't screw that up. There really are so many good places to eat. So.
Isle of Palm, Folly Beach, all these different places to go do stuff. There's restaurants galore. We'll never eat at every single cool restaurant that's on some riverway or.
Yeah, I have a growing list, and we'll just keep chipping away at it. But they keep adding new things, and the chefs will start a restaurant, and then it'll get it rolling, and then they'll move and doing other things. So like you're always kind of chasing these really cool chefs that are in Charleston too. Yeah, but we have lots of fun here.
It's pretty cool. I
took the girls into town yesterday to brunch. We wanted to just get in town for at least one day. The majors are in town this week hanging out with us. Then we have like an annual 4th of July. We're on a ride right now.
Yeah. He's making a big pass.
He's showing off.
He's coming right by the building here, right beside us.
He's like the Earnhardt's tape on Thursdays. I'm going to get him.
Speaking of nice things to do around here, we love going into Charleston to eat. And so we had the majors in town this week. They always come in town for the 4th of July. It's kind of an annual trip. We do the golf cart parade and everything together. All the girls have matching outfits. Everybody gets dressed up. The boys went to the racetrack this year over the weekend. And so we got to do that by ourselves. And we got to use the club car, which was awesome. I get so many like cat calls almost when I drive that thing around.
On the club car?
On the club car, just because it's like a little party bus.
We're trying out a new golf cart, the club car crew.
Crew, yeah.
And if we like it, we probably may get it. I still have my old golf cart, and it's still doing fine. But
I think you need to get this one.
I submit that we will be keeping
awesome.
it. It is really awesome. And the girls are obsessed with it. And everywhere we go, someone's like, wow, I've not seen one of those. How does it ride? Even when we parked it for the parade, all of the other dads were coming over to going like, this is really cool. How does this work? How does this function? And so it's a lot of fun. And the battery lasts forever. So I love the club car crew. It's been fun for us. But
I figure we'll probably get it once
You're going to break a lot of ladies' hearts if you get rid of it. I'll say that.
Oh,
3 in particular. 3 in particular.
Oh, our little girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3 most important.
Right.
Yeah.
And me. He forgot me. Anyway, so they've been in town this week, and the girls wanted to go in to see the aquarium and do the city market. So I made brunch plans, and you got to take advantage of getting into town and eating as well. So the boys had their podcast, and they were going to meet us for brunch. We are headed to Poogan's Porch after the aquarium, and I get a call from Dale, and he's like, I got bad news. And I thought for sure, there's like a 50% chance anyway they're going to try to get out of going to brunch, coming all the way into town just to meet us for food. But like when he said he had car trouble, I was like, man, this guy will just do just about anything to get out of brunching with us and coming into town.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he did actually have some issues with the car and
so
had his own little adventure yesterday.
Just like the golf cart, I'm trying to cut corners on some expenses here and there. And so we get this house down at the beach, and it's the elements down here are terrible.
Yeah.
And so
most everything outside gets beat up pretty fast.
Yeah, everything around the house itself. I mean, we're always kind of having to tinker and there's something that might go bad because it goes bad quicker.
Like the ice machine motor,
things,
like the pumps in the ice
stuff
machine.
That's just out in the elements. It's just going to struggle to have have a traditional lifespan.
Yeah.
And I've had to her point, I've had to replace motors and gizmos and pumps and all kinds of things.
The girls' bikes even rust up solid. You can't turn the wheels.
Just constantly having to kind of keep on top of stuff to make sure things are always working. And we, even outlets, I've had to replace 2 outlets just on this trip that have, one at the pool, GFI that quit working, and then another one over by the irrigation that quit working. They just go bad.
They just fail, yeah.
Yeah. And so same thing with the golf cart, same thing with our vehicle. We keep a vehicle down here. I'm not going to buy a nice, expensive car and leave it parked for weeks at a time at the airport or at the house here to sit and rust. And man, I mean, I got the most mileaged out Traverse I could find just get the cheapest car I could buy.
And it was available right then. So like we just found it.
Get it right.
Whatever. Grab the car.
So we bring that thing down here, and it's been great. We've had it for 5 or 6 years, and it does everything we need. Every time we've come down here, it's cranked, it's ran, it takes us everywhere we go. But it does sit for months at a time, months. Yeah. And sometimes we would go out there to the airport, and the battery might be dead or whatever. But those were the things that you were going to have to deal with any car. Just driving down the road with TJ, it just decided to break. So the transmission, drive didn't work anymore. Reverse was fine, neutral, all those good things, but it wouldn't go into drive, and it wouldn't shift. It would stay in first gear. So we pull over, and I'm like, man, I'm thinking I'm gonna turn this car off, give it a minute, reset. It's gonna be fine. We'll figure it out. We'll get home. TJ is with me. We call.
And better TJ than me, because this would have been stressful if we had the kids and all. It was so hot yesterday.
We are looking. All right, dang. There's a Chevy store 9/10 of a mile away. We called the service department at the Chevy store. Kelly answers. Kelly is fantastic. She says, "Hey, what's going on?" "Well, we broke down. We're just only a mile away." She's like, "I got a tow service that'll bring you here. They'll be there in 20 minutes. Tow truck pulls up 20 minutes later. Flatbed truck, awesome dude. I think his name, I got his name in my phone. But me and him talked a couple times. We get in the tow truck with him. He clears out the front bench seat in the tow truck, so it's.
I don't know if that's really the way it's supposed to work out. Like, he's not supposed to take you to. He just takes the car.
I've had tow trucks take me places before too.
Oh, really?
Kelly didn't know who we were from Adam, and she's like, TJ's like, "Hey, can we ride with the tow guy?" And she's like, "He might let you do that." So. We ask him, he's like, "Yeah, I can move some stuff around. We'll get in there. We're only going a mile." And so we get the car up on the flatbed. We jump in the truck. We drive down to the dealership. He drops us off at the service department. He says, "Go on in there. Kelly's in there." We get out, walk in there, and she's like, "Hey, he's going to take the car to the back and get it,
diagnose it,
get it into the system."
Yeah.
She's like, "What's it doing?" I told her what was wrong. And she's like, "Okay, well, we're going to get to it. We'll let you know." And I was like, so I never really, I didn't know what
the process was going to be.
Right? So I'm like, all right.
This is his first time going through this type of experience.
Do I need to put a card down? Do you need something? She's like, "I got your car."
I'm like, "Dale, they've got your car. Yeah. They've got collateral." Like,
She's like, "I'm going to take care of your car. And when we find out what's wrong with it, I'll call you. You approve the fix, and we're going to charge you for it." And so I'm like, "All right, we're good." I mean, it was so easy. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't there 5 minutes. They were like, she's like, "I got you in the system. You're good to go." And we called an Uber, and it was too late to make our lunch, so we Ubered back home. She calls me the next day, and she says, "Mr. Earnhardt, I got an update on your car." So I called her back. I said, "Kelly, I heard you had an update on my car." She goes, "Yep." She goes, "Transmission's broke." She goes, "You're going to have a new one." And I said, "Well, all right. I know what I paid for the car." She tells me what the cost of the fix will be. And I've decided that even if I do fix this car, I'm going to get another one. I'm going to trade this in. I'm going to get a new Traverse. And so I tell her that. I said, "Hey, I'm not interested in fixing the car for me. I honestly just would probably pay it to fix the trade in, but I'm not even going to do that. Maybe you guys can give me an assessment of the value of the car as is, and we're going to buy a new car from you, Kelly." She's like, "All right, I'm going to connect you to the sales." And so Chris from sales calls me. He's like, "Hey, heard you want to buy a car." I'm like, "I do." I was like, "I got that 17 model. I want to trade in whatever you'll give me for it. And I'm ready for another Traverse. We're just going to get a low mileage 23, 24 model." We've already picked it out. They got a car at another store that they're going to have brought up, and we're going to be in a newer Traverse next week. So I'm going to go over there in a couple of days to settle the paperwork to be able to do the purchase, and it couldn't have been easier. And so, I sent that tweet out on social media about the car breaking, but I probably should have told you the rest of the story. But I was trying to tease it for this podcast because I knew what I was going to do. I knew that I was going to, I'm a Chevy.
Get a new car.
Yeah, I'm Chevy through and through. We're just going to get another Chevy. But I'll be honest. I probably didn't keep up with the service on this car as well as I should have, and I think I smoked the transmission fluid, and that's why it broke. But I'll do a better job on the next one. I'm a service mechanic from back in the day. I should know better. But
I mean the salt, the sand, the wind, the sun,
and it just sitting idle. You know.
Well,
We've been driving down here a lot more too because we've been bringing Gus. We haven't been flying and using the car at the airport. It's been sitting much longer recently than it usually does.
Well, we're going to get another one, and I'm excited about that. They're going to bring the car up here from a different dealership, and I just couldn't believe. I mean, I can believe how simple it is. But I was thinking. Honestly, I wasn't worried about the car breaking because I knew when I bought this car that that it was old and somebody had traded it in because they want, you never know, when you're getting a used vehicle. And so I was just like, we're gonna have to deal with dead batteries. We're gonna have to deal with some quirks and things that the weather and stuff down here will do to it. But when it broke, I wasn't that bothered by it. I was more bothered by the idea that this was going to be a day-long process. And so I was absolutely incorrect. Tow truck, there in a minute. Tow to the store. He drops us off at the service. No problem. No haggling. No, none of that mess. Get out, talk to Kelly. She's like, all right, you're good to go. Man, okay. Well, literally, Amy and them had just sat down. When we're leaving, they were still sitting at their table.
Yeah.
They just gotten their drinks. And shoot, man, it wasn't nothing. And I've been playing phone tag with these people, and I've got another car on the way. So it's super simple. We're gonna go in there to do some little quick paperwork Friday, but I couldn't be happier with the experience in terms of just finding yourself kind of stuck on the side of the road and now getting into another car.
Probably takes longer to get your oil changed than that process took.
Yeah.
I mean,
but, yeah.
Usually.
I'm excited because the new Traverse that we're getting has that big gigantic screen on the dash.
Gosh.
Oh, those are the best.
I love them. And the old 2017 has just old standard radio head unit. And so we're getting an upgrade there, man. We're gonna be like brand new.
Blasting some music. For the record, though, Amy, Dale was like ready to finish the show to go to brunch, so he was actually looking forward to that.
Oh, was he?
We did the show Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's like, are we done? Like, it's like Teach and I are going to go meet the girls for brunch. Like, he legitimately was ready to go.
Well, usually it takes him a minute to get his head wrapped around, because he always say that, like, I got to wrap my head around it. If I have an idea that's not his and like I made a plan, it like takes him a minute to go, okay.
Yeah.
And then he gets excited about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. We had a little, we walked through town and looked at an old cemetery and tortured the kids. It was so hot outside. And so we got a little fun in too.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, we're going to get we'll get our new Traverse next week sometime. Me and her have another little trip planned. So we're going to work that around that somehow, some way. But, we are having fun down here in South Carolina for the month of July.
Do you want to hear about my
I want to know what you did with the pool.
So I was over at my friend's house this past weekend, and they got this like blow up slide that you put on the side of the pool. That's like for 4, 5, 6-year-olds. Well,
we used to have one of those down here.
Yeah, and so I was making painkillers all day long.
Are you injured?
Not injured per se.
It's just one of the best cocktails, a summer cocktail. It's called a painkiller.
Oh, I was making.
No, are you injured from the slide?
We'll get there, but yeah, I was making frozen painkillers. Are you in a boot? Delicious.
You got a broken arm. You on a cast?
Let him tell the story.
No cast, but so they put their kids down for nap or quiet time, and drinks were flowing, and so one of the people decided that hey, let me try to go down the slide. And so I went down a couple times. I'm jumping up and over it and kind of landing on it and going down. Well, the last time I just jumped and cleared it entirely and dove in, and then I come up and I look at my knees and feet, and they hit the bottom, and my knees and top of my feet are just bloody.
God, you got road rash in the pool, but your head didn't hit anything?
My head didn't hit. My hands up. I dove down and my.
You porpoised at the bottom of the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Basically, you're like. Dun-dun.
Yeah.
Are you?
So, lesson learned, don't play with the kids' toys when they're down for nap time.
You're lucky. I hit my head I dove into a pool and busted my head open on the bottom of the pool. Got lucky there.
He did that back in the day. That's why he was wearing the do-rag.
Yeah.
Everybody probably knows that now. Yeah.
The next day, my friend Matt was like, man, my neck is sore. He's like, I don't know why. And I go, probably because we were jumping over the slide and you probably landed in
like wild banshees, whiplash yourself. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Our kids have you're at this age, you can't do that stuff.
Our kids have not even remembered that we had those blow-ups. We have a couple of blow-ups we can put in the yard, but they're so hard to take down. We haven't even mentioned that we have them just so that they don't ask us to do it. Because they'll plan it for an hour and then they want to take it down.
Yeah.
And it's so much work.
Well, I saw the other day, I wanted to ask you guys, I saw the other day that Joey Logano officiated a wedding, and I was wondering if any of y'all would officiate a wedding if asked.
I don't think anybody's going to ask me to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and say I probably am off the hook and no. But I would be too nervous that I would screw up that most important moment in these people's lives at that point. Like,
am I the only one that feels like that? It's got to be like a minister,
like a true pastor or a minister from a church.
No, it's actually my brother has officiated a wedding and it takes like 10 minutes online to make it.
Yeah, so to get ordained.
I get all that, and I've heard about this, and I know
Marty
people
Smith
that
has
have
done
it.
A couple of them.
Yeah, I know certain people have done them, but I wonder where that got started, because I don't know. I remember the first time I heard of that. I mean, it was many, many, many years ago, and I'm like, really? Like, not a minister, not a pastor?
Yeah, I feel like there's some sense of it's not as legitimate of a union if it wasn't ordained by an actual church officiant.
That's my feeling too, and obviously other people feel differently about it.
Yeah, so Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce just got married, and Adam Sandler was their officiant.
Right.
Like, what if you're not religious? I don't go to church. I don't have a pastor, like a preacher that I go to.
Good point.
Well, so we didn't either particularly. Like we would go to church at St. Mark's Lutheran when we went, but for the most part, we were at the racetrack on Sunday, right? So like we're not going to church every Sunday. We had Nick Terry from MRO marry us, but he is of the church. You know what I mean?
Of the church.
He's not, just a comedian or a random friend.
I guess I connect it to religion, so I just assume that
Well, it's a religious sanction. It's a religious union. Otherwise, we're just, hanging out and holding hands. We're not really married, right?
Mm-hmm. I get why you would ask somebody and it'd be an honor. My friends probably know not to ask me because then you have to take it serious, and then I can't partake in any of the festivities before, and I'd also just be very nervous.
Yeah. I agree. I would be too nervous.
It would be an
I would
honor
screw that
to
up.
be asked to do it.
But you would probably turn it down, is what you're saying? Like, respectfully, no thank you. I don't think that would be a good idea. I would do the same.
Honored. I would be flattered, but I wouldn't want to do it.
Would you do it anyway?
No.
You wouldn't be
I would try to find a way out of it.
Okay. I can see you saying yes because you were so honored in the moment and put on the spot, and then going and like literally like imploding afterwards.
I know it. The day of
the nerves
event, I would just
thing.
be like wanting to vomit.
Yeah. Well, how did Joey do? Who did he marry? One of his friends?
He was fine.
I'd have to check his Instagram. What do you make of Adam Sandler? Like, that's odd to me.
I agree. I feel like it's pretty odd. But I also thought it was odd that they decided to get married in Madison Square Garden. Like, out of all of the places they could go, like, she could have bought an island somewhere and built her own castle. Like, we're talking, they could do anything.
They did it.
And Madison Square Garden is what she chose.
They did it. That's a big one.
Yeah, I thought that was very strange. And this is, you guys aren't going to like this take, but having a wedding around a holiday to me, I think is dumb. Because you're ruining a weekend for
we had ours.
Already
ours is New Year's Eve.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
And we did it because we were kind of tired of doing New Year's Eve the traditional way.
We used to throw New Year's Eve parties as well. And we're like, this kind of falls in line with that. Plus, it's in the off season, which is always when you get married. If you're bringing a race car driver, you have to do it in you got 1 month. And so it was far enough away from Christmas, and everybody's traveling in January.
I literally was only a race car driver for another year after we got married.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we'd have waited like another 2 years, we could have got married any time of the year.
6 months. We could have waited 6 months and got married in like an off weekend in June.
Yeah, but you couldn't have invited like a lot of the people.
Exactly. So he wanted a giant wedding and wanted everyone there. And it was not important to me to have, I wanted a tiny little beach wedding and I was fine with whatever, but I didn't need the big wedding. He was like, absolutely not. We're having everybody's going to be there.
I'm doing this once. I'm doing it big.
And so that's why we landed on New Year's Eve, but it was fun.
But I look at it as like the 4th of July is a fun weekend. Now I get it. They're famous and like holidays to them. Like and most of the people there don't look at it as like a holiday weekend, a Friday off. But like to me, it's a selfish move by them.
It was, So here's what I'm going to say to you about planning your wedding. When you get into planning a wedding, it is selfish. The whole process is like about you, which is when you're doing it for yourself for that one wedding, you're like, you don't care. You're allowed to be, and you like give yourself that grace. You know what I mean? So they did do it on Friday, and then people could have spent the rest of their weekend doing whatever. But since there was like a lot of buildup and everybody was in New York and you were seeing all that on your phone, Tamala and I both, she's very much a Swiftie, we were like, oh my gosh, is she going to get married on the 254th of July? Surely she wouldn't do that. Like, why would she even want to do that? So it was a fun thing to kind of like just banter about. But
back to the New Year's Eve deal. Like I know and agree that it's like kind of cliche to get married on the New Year's Eve or a holiday of any kind, really, but New Year's Eve especially. But I didn't care because I think Amy and I both had worked that out of our system, the traditional New Year's Eve celebration.
Yeah, we were at the age too where like going out for New Year's Eve is
that's what I mean.
Not
so
happening.
like we kind of ran that it had ran its course, but I wasn't done partying. So like I had gotten tired of that particular party, but now I had a new reason to party on the same date. You know what I'm saying?
The other thing we thought about it is you get married on New Year's Eve, you always have the excuse to like celebrate or throw a party, or you have the excuse to like not participate and go celebrate your anniversary any way you want to.
It has come in clutch for like being able to avoid certain parties. You're like, hey man, no, that's our anniversary. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I
Man,
can't do that.
Me and Amy's going to be doing X,
We
Y,
did
and Z.
spend like I think it was our 3rd anniversary at Amanda and Bubba's wedding, which was fun because like
if
you're already in your like wedding feels anyway, and you're like, it was a good way to.
You
spend
feel
your
like a couple veterans.
Yeah.
When you go to a wedding on New Year's Eve
on your own anniversary,
you're like, yep, we're the OGs,
and now we're
in the
cosmically
room.
connected.
Yep. We know all about this.